And again, I'll say what, like, so from paid to social to influencers, but we will go in today's presentation about what are my tips for each of the channels, okay? And the third, probably what made my business successful is that we as founders, and predominantly even like females, we just, I don't know Excel, I don't understand. And we either trust someone else to do the analysis, or we just completely ignore it because, we'll just have a great product. Well, let me tell you, even if you hated the maths at school, you either learn this in 1 week or you stop doing what you're doing right now, okay? Because if you don't analyze the data every 7 days at minimum, right? I encouraged every day, but at minimum every 7 days, you are not gonna succeed online, okay? What I mean you're not gonna succeed, you will sell, no doubt in mind, but you will spend more than what the sales coming in, okay? So the profit will not come. So you will be in that hamster wheel from today, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, until you run out of passion for your own product, okay? So these are the 3 critical mistakes that a lot of the founders make. So let's start tackling one by one. So when it comes to the first one, if you remember, budget and targets, what do we actually mean? It's actually setting it up. So I know the slide is not a beautiful video that you would like to maybe to see, but you can Google e-commerce trainings and YouTube has plenty of videos. But this is more from the practical standpoint, what actually works and what you can do it tonight, okay? Today is Friday, you can spend all weekend by taking this picture, recreating for yourself this table. Believe me, if you spend this weekend recreating the table, yes, you can, absolutely. If you spend this weekend recreating this table, on Monday, you will feel like you're reborn with your own business. You will feel like, oh my goodness, I am gonna be the next Jeff Bezos. Or you will like, oh my gosh, it's taking so much just to do so little. And then you might say, you know what, this might be my passion project. I might get a job and do this on the side, right? For those of you that live in the Middle East, one of the best things about this country, you can have n number of jobs. And I think as females, especially those of us maybe who have kids, you learn to not like multitask, but I think you have ears there in the back, and when you deal with husbands and the parents and the kids, and you're like literally all over, then the nannies. So it's the same in here. You can run it with a clear budget. You can run it 2 businesses as e-commerce, because this will reduce the tension of what is happening. So let me walk you through it. So let's imagine we have 3 scenarios. In e-commerce, and we only have half an hour, so I'll probably not be able to get through most of the slides, but I would rather we start from the important ones. So in e-commerce, you have 3 variables that can be controlled, nothing else. In e-commerce, you cannot impact anything else. So these 3 are average order value, number of sales, and conversion rate, okay? So if you ignore the rest, because this is all automatically calculated, so you might start from the easiest. How many orders? You are doing it now. So this is obviously your realistic scenario. How many orders you're doing it? Let's say you're doing it 4. Then maybe your average order value is 500, maybe more, maybe less, okay? And your conversion rate. So now let me elaborate a bit on each. To make more money, okay? To make more money, there are 2 ways. First is by increasing the daily sale, okay? If you create this Excel spreadsheet, by changing this from 4 to 6, the only figure that will change is your expected sales at the end of the month, while the rest stay the same, okay? If you don't change that, so that's one way so by increasing the volume, you will make more money at the end of the month. Or you don't need to increase some volume. You might think, how do I impact the average order value? So what is the average? If I sell a suit, can I sell the shoes? Even if these shoes just give you extra 5 dirham, right? And you don't produce, you bought somewhere else, or you partnered between yourselves that it's a great community, you can find a way to collaborate. But imagine, you just increased by 5 dirhams. If you've done that, this figure will also go up, okay? So sometimes it's not just by bringing new orders. Sometimes it's by increasing the average order value itself. Now, what is the hardest to impact is the conversion rate. What does the conversion rate do? Conversion rate will not change the outcome on the revenue, okay? Conversion rates change will impact your daily traffic required into your web app or mobile app or the app or the website, okay? And you know, if we cut this figure in half, like from 400 to 200, you are saving marketing money. So with spending less, you are getting the same 60,000 at the end of the month. You see? So it's again kind of debating, what are you trying to do? Do you want to make more here? Or do you want to spend less and make the same? Okay? So if you want to spend less, you need to focus on conversion rate. If you want to make more revenue, forget this conversion rate. Of course, it cannot be dropping it, from the target, but focus on either upselling the consumer with the additional products in the store, or by driving bigger number of orders from the store, okay? Now, all of this, you need, I just put it, for those of you that are reading it, this is like how much, brands are spending it, and they're spending it a lot, okay? So if your focus is 30 to 40% goes to acquire the customer, okay? So imagine, out of the 60,000, you're looking at spending 20,000 just to acquire consumers. So that's how you then gain the visibility. It's like, it's not gonna be tomorrow till you start paying yourself a salary, okay? E-commerce is expensive, okay? There is no right or wrong for that. It's one thing is that by understanding these numbers, you start playing with techniques that hopefully allow you to pay that salary to yourself one day, okay? So that's the first when we come to the budget. If we look at the next one, it's the budget. So let's say at the high level, we want 4 orders a day, 60,000 dirhams a month, right? We set it. Now, where are we gonna get this from? Okay, so the question is, as I said, in e-commerce, you can predict to the cent, okay? So here is a second table that for the next weekend's homework, okay? And it is, each channel needs to generate 8% of that 60,000. And that's the first realization to you as a founder. You don't need to, again, I will refer it to mothers, is that when you all those sleepless nights, no one is giving you an award, okay? No one. So whether you were awake one night in 7 days and the rest was nanny, whether you were 7 nights and out of 7, no one is giving you an award. So it's the same with this document. You don't need to show it to anyone, but lying to yourself is also not an option, okay? So what are these channels? You have paid media, you have SEO, you have organic, you have influencers, you have email, and you have direct. Now, is it clear to everyone like what we mean by, so paid media is all the paid ads, Google paid ads, Meta paid ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads, basically ads. The SEO is how Google ranks your store, okay? Organic, it's all your Instagram page, Facebook page, TikTok page, and any other page, okay? Influencers, as you work with influencers, some of them are paid, some of them are organically tagging you. Email marketing is all like the emails you send, the WhatsApp marketing, so basically the CRM, which is retaining the customer, that's what it is. And direct is all your PR efforts. So being events like this, talking at events makes your PR go stronger. So then, like hopefully people remember the domain name, okay, it's herway.com, and then they end up entering your website directly. Now, what's the first task? There's a lot more in this, like as alliance, but where do you start? You start at allocating the target of that 60,000 to the channel. So if we say to ourselves that we want to make from the ads 50%, okay? So if our January's target is 20, let's say this is January's target, 21,000 a month, okay? 50% needs to come from the ads, okay? So that is 10,000, okay? Then you know how much you end up paying, whatever. 10% SEO, organic 5, influencers 2, email 2, direct 31. Now, is this industry standard? No, absolutely no. But I'm kind of showing it where you would be starting as a startup. What is industry standard? The maximum this channel should generate is 35%, but you're very far from it, okay? So if you set yourself 35, you will not be making this top figure, okay? It's as simple as that. But industry 35, 20, 15, 2, 15 to 20, and the remaining is direct. That's industry standard for most of the brands that you will see here. Of course, it depends, grocery versus fashion versus, but approximately. So do you see how it works? So when you look at data, you don't then say, it didn't work. You question yourself, which channel didn't work, okay? You might say that this killed it. You had predicted 50, but you made it 80%. So again, it's not right. That means you are buying every customer, right? So you're just making Mark Zuckerberg richer with your brand. Again, is it like if you have unlimited money, voila. But that would get your customer acquisition really high. So again, like looking at this is what makes the brand grow. Looking and analyzing, it's not butterflies. As much as the product is important, if you don't set this up, you will either be wasting money or underspending it, okay? You will be underspending in a challenge where you could have grabbed even bigger market share, okay? So as I said, so this is, if you ask me about the budget, like the minimum that you need to do, let's set up the target and then set up from each channel, where is that, like how is that 21,000 gonna make it? And then at the bottom you see, my marketing is actually costing me 16,000. So that is 400 per order, and if you remember 500, and that's 80% of my top line. So unless your margin is 100%, 80 is gone. So majority of startups I work with, by the time they get to this figure, we don't have money for logistics, we don't have money to produce the product, and we don't have money to hire anyone, okay? Because in a business you still have operational costs, product costs, HR costs, so on and so forth, okay? IT costs, payment gateway costs, which is like 2%. So imagine, do you now see how this makes you then, so then all these questions, oh, I'm out of stock, oh, I forgot to post this reel, oh, I'll do this tomorrow, oh, like, no, this agency is kind of good enough. No way. You cut the bad performance immediately. You fire anyone that you have to fire today, not tomorrow. And you don't delay the posting, the talking. It's a hustle, and it's a very, very hard hustle. Okay, I'm not here to kind of like put you off of that. I'm just saying, what it takes to build. Once you build, it goes. Because then you are replicating in Saudi. You are replicating in Kuwait, you're replicating in Qatar, you're replicating in Morocco, and then even into the Central Europe. It's easily shippable, okay? But you have to start right. You cannot imagine the delusion. The malls, okay, when they open a store, they rely on the mall's traffic. Once you build a brand, the borders are not limits, okay? You go. So with time, it does get easier, but the first 2-3 years is a hustle, okay? So I think I only have like 12 minutes left. So next one is, I will say, so how do we what we wanna do what are the tips on these channels, okay? So on paid media, just to highlight, this is the channel, the path that you see people tell you, funnel, 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 okay? This is not your strategy. That's the one thing I want to emphasize it, okay? Each of these elements play different role in e-commerce business. So top of the funnel is all for strangers. So if you have people that saw your brand before, don't waste money on strangers. You will go after strangers when you run out of people that saw you somewhere before, interacted to you, okay? So you're actually starting at the bottom. But maybe you don't have anyone that came to this stand, bought something from you. They are already, kind of buyers. So at the top, it's all around strangers. So sometimes when you start, people just don't know you. So you have to invest money in telling them about you. This is not gonna generate you any sales, nothing. So any agency, any contractor, anyone you work with will tell you otherwise. Do not believe it. We need to rely on people that are cheaper, maybe contractors and all that, but do not leave your brand success in their hands. If they can run the brand like yours, they would. So don't leave it. If you don't understand, go and read it. Ask ChatGPT. But you can't let them decide on a strategy. So this is the thing. I want you, the only thing if you're gonna take something from this side, the top, it is cheap traffic. It is. But it's gonna not generate you any sales. And the focus of this is to raise awareness. So giving just Lina standing in a suit, it's not top of the funnel because that's not representing the brand. It should be more lifestyle, maybe some video, okay? Because that introduces your brand. What are you all about? Wow. So if you're gonna waste money on that, make sure that creative is wow. No? So not something, I have clients, I tell them, send me a video. They send me a jacket with no model. I'm like, I said, just take us outside a step and say, if I just send you this in an email, forget about Meta, would you buy this jacket? I've nothing. A white background and the jacket is hanging. I was like, what is even the point of wasting money on this ad? Might as well just don't do it at all. So this is that. Now middle, it's all your warm audience. So who is your warm audience? These people already took a step. What does that mean? So for example, followed you on Instagram, okay? Followed you on Instagram. They maybe commented on your post, okay? Maybe they haven't bought anything, but they commented. Maybe they came to your website and viewed product details page. Maybe they filled some form, a newsletter form, whatever. Maybe they came to your home. Basically, they kind of found you somehow, somewhere, okay? They are not your customers yet, but they took a step towards becoming a customer, okay? Do you now, with this example, see how this is different from the top? Someone that just these people that are walking past and we don't know them. So now, for that is you need to focus to get them to research your product more. So for example, maybe your approach should be read this blog why we are better than this. Get to know us, meet the founder, send us a WhatsApp, you're trying to push them to get to you so you can maybe manually convert them to be a customer. Big brands skip this step because they're saying, we don't have people, we don't have time, go with this, remarket on the bottom and yellow. Correct, but you're not big brand. You don't have the money to spend just here. So you need to somehow push them through the steps. If your marketing budget is unlimited, 100% skip it. And put these people in your bottom of the top funnel. Say my middle and bottom together. People that are prospects and buyers, treat it the same. If you have the revenue, but if you don't, you have to invest here because this is the most expensive channel. So not every startup can afford this. So that's why you need to split it. And the final one, these are your hot audiences. So like maybe they're just one step from entering that credit card details, okay? So what it means, maybe they're like worried about delivery. Maybe they think the price is too expensive. Maybe they're like, is the quality okay? Maybe this is a hacking website gonna hack my credit card. So you have to offer to them in the bottom of the funnel something like, here is a discount, or maybe here is a free delivery, or maybe here is a free returns, or maybe this is cash on delivery, because you kind of need to predict why are they not entering the details, okay? So that, like imagine yourself, we are all consumers. What annoys you on every website the most? Finding out about extra charges at the end, finding out that the product will not arrive in time, finding out that they cannot take maybe Apple Pay, all of these things, you're like, oh my goodness. So it's the same with your business. You need to test different messaging on the bottom of the funnel and offer them the 10%, 5%, see what happens. Like what's if you can go from top to bottom in 1 week, it's a lot cheaper than continuously showing top for 2 months, okay? So this is that. And then we will skip this, but what I had is like, please research. Google has a lot of different types of ads, okay? Meta, same. All of these ad types serve different purpose, okay? Snapchat, same here, different type of ads. TikTok has unlimited. Each and every single name that you see at the top is a different strategy behind it. So again, when you work with contractors, vendors, or you trying to do it yourself, do not just guess it. You need to believe at what you're doing. So if you don't understand, read till you understand. With whole ChatGPT and AI, it's no excuses anymore. Ask the ChatGPT 1,000 questions. It's like a university on its own. So then, just to finish it, for the last 5 minutes, I will okay, so first is paid media. As I said, you kind of understood, like the funnel steps, and you do different ad types, okay? Once you understood the strategy, then you look at which ad type you should utilize. What is the next big thing? Is that you look good on search engines. What does it mean, look good, okay? So sitting and waiting for the ranking, you look pretty much like that. And just like, it doesn't happen, but a lot of agencies will tell you, it takes 6 months. It takes 6 months. It's just like a standard, it takes 6 months. But who says that it cannot take a month, okay? So that's one question. But also, are you sure the results will come in after 6 months? So, so to make sure that this sort of scenario doesn't happen, that you're waiting for the rankings and you spent, $100 on your SEO package, you need to make sure 6 things. First of all, I want you to ask questions, okay? Forget all these terms that any agency will send you like proposal with about 1 million things. The first question you ask, do you actually understand what are your customers searching online? Do you know what are they searching? So we discussed, we just met about kids' jewelry. So is anyone searching kids' jewelry? Or anyone searching gifts for kids? Like what are they searching? It's nothing to do with your business. What are they searching in UAE? Okay? This answer is keyword research. So whatever person you work with, or you do it yourself, you start saying, I need keyword research, okay? I need it. Like, if you don't understand what is it, now I'm giving you 6 steps, you can definitely research and understand more. But this will give you answer. What are people searching? Not what you want them to search, but what exactly they are searching in the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, UK, or whatever else, okay? 1. 2, can actually Google read and understand your website? So if I ask, maybe 6, 7 of you, if you have your websites, can you tell me 100% you are confident that Google can read your website? Okay, so this is the thing. If Google can read it, you tick the box. If you are not 100% sure that your name appears on Google, that does not mean Google understands your website, okay? So Google understanding your website, it is all on page SEO. So pages are indexed, all the meta descriptions are clear. There's like 1,000 tasks in the on-page SEO, okay? It's not just, yeah, I can see my brand on Google, okay? It's not that. So Google ability to read, it's called on-page SEO, which again, you can dig deeper more. Next, are you breaking? Union is fighting them, America fighting, everyone's fighting, but no one is able to take them down, okay? So I can assure you that none of us here in this room either gonna change Google's rules, okay? So we either comply or we live the consequences of losing the traffic, okay? So if we wanna comply, that compliance is all under technical SEO. So if you break the rules, they will give you negative points. No matter how much you believe in like your vision, mission, and no one cares. Unfortunately, we live in a society where the bigger just gets bigger, and and Google is big. So if we are breaking, you get minus, 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 minus. And it is very sad that entrepreneurs like us suffer that the most, okay? Because we can't afford global agencies that monitor us, check us, So we, like everything else, like you check your stock, you constantly check if you're breaking Google rules. And on top of it, you fix 1 month, next month they change the rules. And then you start all over again. Then, just to finish it, who is talking and writing about your brands, okay? So that's all what you have in off-page SEO. This, if you can look here, is Google reading your page, okay? So that's on-page SEO. Here, who outside your website, who, do you know who was the last person that mentioned your brand? Who is the last person that tagged you? So if it's her way tags you in any post, that means it's her way is talking about you. So if they are talking about you in an incorrect way, it's not good. You contact them, you tell them, please fix it, A, B, and C, okay? So this is what off-page. Then, next question you ask, can potential customers find all information about my business? Can they? And this is called local SEO. So this all undergoes Google My Business, opening hours, so on and so forth. But if you Google local SEO, again, you will understand what goes in it. And then final, do you give back to society? What does that mean? Are you as an entrepreneur active on social channels? Explain like how your product is made, explain why they should buy this product. So all that content that you, imagine like a newspaper articles, all that content that you would write is really treated under content marketing, which makes your brand and SEO stronger. So these are the 6 steps. That's when you say, how do I get to 20% of SEO revenue? By doing this, okay? And that's what I said, like, if you remember, like, strategy for each step. So if you remember, second mistake was strategy for each step, okay? This, how much time? We still have time? I don't know, are you finding interesting? Do we continue? Yeah? So the next channel is email marketing, okay? So we went, just to recap, we went through paid media, which we said we want 50% of revenue to come from that. 20, we said SEO. Now we are on email. So what is email? Now, probably most of you sit in this room and you're not gonna nod the head, but say, who reads emails? I unsubscribe, I don't believe. Last night I was in a award ceremony with one of the big coffee brands in the region, and the person behind it, we were discussing about retention, and I was like, what % of email is coming from sales coming? And we're talking, like 7-digit revenue, okay, each month. And he's like, oh, I don't believe in emails. I said, you just answered your own question. Why retention is not happening? Because you don't do emails, okay? So what it is, if you still sitting here and thinking emails don't work, I can tell you, I manage 25 P&Ls each month, okay? Some of them go to 10 million dirhams a month. Some of them 70,000 orders a day, okay? And they all sit under like my responsibility. So 25 these sort of accounts each month. So you have 1 P&L to manage, I have 25. So imagine, in each and every single one of them, whether they make 10 orders a day, 100, 10,000, 70,000. At least 15% of that revenue comes from emails. So if you don't believe it, please trust my judgment and start doing it, okay? So what it is, you can set up automated emails, okay, for all the carta ban. Again, this gives you a very good to-do list. You can Google it and you'll find a lot of answers. You can start sending one editorial each month, which is new arrivals, founder's message, introducing the brand, explaining what, okay? You can start building email lists by launching sign-up forms for people. So, like on the ads and everything, so they sign up, and then you say, okay, they may be 0 orders, but they are on your chain, okay? You can be doing segmenting customers by their purchase behavior, whether it's how many orders, what they bought, which category, what they like. You can focus on this, so not you can, but you must focus on designing emails for mobile. None of us read emails on the desktop anymore, but we all read emails on the mobile phones. So if it looks good, the banner on the computer, which is very bad because we work on computers, you need to check email. And now the latest, this region has 20% conversion rate from WhatsApp marketing. This is not your founders' WhatsApp marketing just as friends. This is the WhatsApps that you get with green tick, okay? And they have a link, I'm sure you got from Sixth Streets, Noons, and so on and so forth. This really works, okay? It is not invented. It's 1,000 orders, 1,000 messages a day limit, but it works. You can reach 80% of people reading the message, okay? It's insane. Please start looking into that. There are a lot of vendors that offer this service for free, $100 a month, like nothing, okay? So you set up your business account, you offer your so the orders, you set up, then you start offering customer service. You design the templates that, like abandoned cart, a bit like offers, promotions on it, okay? But you start doing it. You don't just talk. I can talk here. If you don't take these actions, you'll be still sitting next year and asking me the same questions. With my clients, they have 7 days to turn it around. So please take 7 days to turn it around, what we spoke. And then on the data side, when I said the third issue, people do not analyze. So what should you be analyzing on a weekly basis? Weekly, not monthly, not quarterly, weekly. First is your sales. So exactly where it came from. That was your targets, okay? What did you get? Do you see? This is simple table. I'm not asking you to be like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be a CFO. This is not CFO. This is very simple table. You would agree with me that if we can't pull table like that, we shouldn't even be entrepreneurs. So it is simple table. Second, we should be analyzing is traffic. Some channels generate you sales and other channels will drive you traffic into the store. The reason this is second, not first, because I don't care how much you love TikTok. If it's not driving you any incremental revenue, you should not be investing in TikTok, okay? So you need to check which channels make you money and which channels drive you traffic. If the channel doesn't do either, let's say Snapchat in Saudi is #1 channel, but in UAE is not the best. If it doesn't do neither traffic, neither sales, stop spending. Stop wasting money. It could be that you just haven't figured it out how. It's not that it's bad company. Maybe you just haven't figured it out, the outcome, okay? Next is customer analysis. So again, who are these customers? And you have, do they spend a lot with you? How many times they buy from you? Okay, so put in the boxes. So you can see here, 79% of your database is one customer, one order only. So surely your problem #1 is to move them from 1 to 2. Okay, you would agree. Looking at this, you would be like, what can I do to get them to the second order? And what can you do? It could be everything from offering discounts to contacting them to talking to them. Like, your task is to get them at the end of the month from here to here. Nothing else. So you can spend a whole month researching how to get them from 1 to 2. Again, type into ChatGPT. Simple. It's not about, oh my goodness, I'm going to launch this big collection, new collection. Yeah, that has to be done. But that's not called running e-commerce business. Okay? Then, product analysis. Okay? So which product was the top 10 products most viewed on the website, top 10 products the most added to cart, and top 10 products bought. Look at this, number 5. It's in top 10 most bought products that week, but it's not in the viewed or not in the added to cart. So how did they find you then? Okay, what a missed opportunity. And you can put that product on the home page to encourage people to view it, because there is a chance that they will buy it. Okay, now the same way here. If they're viewing it but not adding it, that means the product page, images and whatever are rubbish. So you optimize, okay? And then campaign, I'm not going, but like campaigns, it's the same. It's a lot of KPIs, and you analyze each campaign. What happened week over week? What is cost per order? What is conversion rate, click-through rate of the creative? Like a lot of detailed analysis, okay? You might say, oh, Lina, like this is Chinese to me, I have no idea. Well, you either learn or you hire someone who understands. But the answer is not knowing, not doing it, it's not gonna help your business. So start learning. If you can't afford to hire yet, start learning yourself. That's what e-commerce and entrepreneurship journey is, right? It's not that you will have all the answers, and I know you will tell me, like all my clients, but I have to worry about product, this. Yes, but unfortunately, if we don't generate revenue, next month you will not need to worry about the product. So yeah, this is it. I don't know if we have time for questions, but I hope you found the session useful.